What is going on, everybody? Mir and I wanted to take a quick second to make a video for you guys about a topic that we think is very important but is also very misunderstood by a lot of people, and that is intermittent fasting. So basically all that term means, to simplify it, is basically when you wake up, you push your first meal back a few hours from when you first wake up instead of eating breakfast right away, and then you consume all of your food, your macros, your calories within an 8-hour window. Okay, so there's 24 hours in the day, you eat all your food within 8 hours, you fast the remaining 16 hours, and that basically is what intermittent fasting means.
With that being said, we get a lot of questions from clients who are used to eating and then working out, and they're worried that if they push their first meal back and they're working out before they eat their first meal, that their workout isn't going to be fueled, they're not going to have energy, they're not going to feel strong because they didn't eat before, which scientifically doesn't really make sense because your body is actually still burning and breaking down the food that you ate yesterday. So just because you're eating oats or cereal or some carb-filled type of food before you go work out, sure, it might spike your insulin levels, but your body is technically not breaking that food down until hours later. So technically, that food that you eat for your workout is not fueling your workout the way that people think that it is. And it's actually an old wives' tale that the most important meal of the day is breakfast.
There's been a lot of scientific research to kind of show that fasting actually is more beneficial for you. Some of those benefits would be it actually helps to improve your metabolic rate, it lowers your bad cholesterol levels, your LDL levels, it increases your human growth hormone, your HGH levels, and it also helps to increase your insulin sensitivity. And those two things, increasing your HGH and your insulin sensitivity, are actually two of the key factors towards promoting fat loss and fat burning.
Along with the scientific benefits, there's actually a lot of practical benefits as well. It simplifies your day as far as you can eat larger meals, and larger meals will keep you fuller for longer. Larger meals mean less cooking, and a smaller eating window in general is going to limit your snacking and is going to automatically limit your caloric intake. So how do we lose weight? The only way to lose weight is be in a caloric deficit. So if you are limiting the timing that you're eating or the window that you are eating, it's going to be easier for you to limit your caloric intake. With that being said, a lot of people recommend to not eat past a certain point. It's not because your body stops efficiently burning food after 7 o'clock. It's just that most of us aren't going into the kitchen past 9 o'clock and binge eating on carrots. Normally, if you're in the kitchen at 9, 10 p.m., you're grabbing snacks and things that you probably shouldn't be eating. So as long as you are meeting your caloric intake goal and your macro goals, it really doesn't matter what time it is, but intermittent fasting recommends that you're doing it in a shorter window.
So to give you guys an example of what a day of intermittent fasting would look like, let's say you wake up at 7 o'clock. Instead of eating right when you wake up, you can still drink water. You want to stay hydrated, make sure you're drinking at least a gallon of water a day, and you can drink black coffee. Those are the only two things you should have during that fasting window. That means no pumpkin spice lattes or any cream or sugar in your coffee, black coffee and water. So let's say you have that until about 11 o'clock, so you fasted for the first 4 hours of your wake. Now you have your first meal at 11. Okay, it's going to get to be a bigger meal because you're going to be hungry since you've fasted for the past 4 hours, and because now you're starting that 8-hour window that you want to consume all your food in. So you have maybe 2 or 3 big meals throughout the day. Your first one would be at 11, maybe you have a big lunch around 3, and then you finish out eating by 7 o'clock. Okay, so you have 11 to 7 is your 8-hour window. You have your dinner at 6:30, 7 o'clock, and then you're done for the day. You can head off to bed with a full belly, and you don't have to worry about having that urge to even go back into the kitchen and snack because you were able to consume so much food in a short window that you're feeling full and you're feeling satisfied.
Our bodies receive energy by consuming calories. So when your body hasn't recently consumed a meal, how are you getting that energy? And that's where the science of intermittent fasting comes in. Fasting results in the decrease of your insulin levels, and when your insulin levels get down to a low enough point and you haven't consumed a meal recently, your body actually has to tap into its fat cell storage and use stored fat as its energy source. AKA fasting for 16 hours promotes fat loss. With that being said, intermittent fasting is a eating pattern that you can incorporate into your lifestyle to promote weight loss, but it is not a diet itself.
as always, if you're looking to lose weight, the only way to actually do that is to be in a caloric deficit. So intermittent fasting is a tool that you can use to help, but it will not inherently make you lose weight. Okay, you need to be in a caloric deficit. But intermittent fasting is a tool that has scientific proven benefits, it has practical benefits, and it'll just help make that journey a little bit easier and more enjoyable for you. Okay, so use it as a tool, but just keep in mind that you have to be paying attention to your caloric intake, your macros. You have to have a good workout regimen in place to help you burn those calories, stay fit, build lean muscle, so on and so forth. But use intermittent fasting as a tool. It'll help you guys get where you want to be, help you get those gains.